past 3 days has been a blessing to us, and we hope you are blessed too. We are on our fourth day of PCM e-Week of Prayer on the theme, My Circle of Influence Amplify. We're glad to have Brother Freddy, an assistant professor at Pratiksha Institute of Pharmaceutical Sciences, speaking to us on the topic, Love, a Component of Trust.
Well, so happy that I could share today's day 4. Myself, I'm Freddy, and I'm grateful to be here in this platform. And today's is entitled Love, a Component of Trust, how we can love our workmates, the people who are around us at work, maybe in the PCM for those people who are at college or school. It could be your roommates or classmates. So the key text is from Jeremiah chapter 17 verses 7 to 8. But those who trust in the Lord will be blessed. They know that the Lord will do what He says. They will be strong like trees planted near a stream that sends out roots to the water. They have nothing to fear when the days get hot. The leaves are always green. They never worry. Even in a year that has no rain, they always produce fruit. So how these people who are successful, as per the book of Jeremiah, the people or those who trust in the Lord, they will be blessed because they know that the Lord will do. They have the assurance, they have the faith, and they have the belief that God will do what He has promised to do. So when we talk about the word trust, a component of trust, it is the basis or the foundation of any kind of relationship. It actually binds family together. It binds the marital union between husband and wife. Once you break the trust, it's like, broken glass, which can never be as good as the glass which was, well kept and not broken. So it is very important because it even strengthens the relationship between people. However, once it's broken, it takes a lot of time, it takes a lot of effort again and patience to rebuild or to repair that trust. For the purpose of this lesson, we may delineate trust into the following central themes. So the first theme is trusting in God. Why we have to trust in God? Because He is the beginning of wisdom. We can see that you all might know very well Proverbs chapter 3 verses 5 and 6. That God is the foundation of wisdom. The fear of the Lord is the beginning of wisdom. So this text, it helps us in understanding that trust in God is the foundation, the starting point towards all the wisdom that we need in today's world. Furthermore, such trust must be undergirded by total submission to Him, so that all the plans that we may have may be brought about into fruition in accordance to His will for our lives. So many times we may have a lot of plans, a lot of ideas what we would like to do, but at the end of the day, it's all about having faith, on God, and His plans, His will for us doesn't go as per our own wisdom or our own understanding, but we have to follow that God will lead us in submission to His will and purpose. God will give us the best that wisdom that we need in our journey from day to day and in every aspect of our life, especially in the pursuit of wisdom. So trust is also known as the antidote of fear. Psalms chapter 56 verse 4. Often we are fearful of the unknown. That happens with all of us, yes. The fear permeates, means it comes throughout our lives and represents itself as a barrier to progress and development. Psalm chapter 56 verse 4, it tells us that trust in God as the tool by which we can overcome any kind of fear. By implication, when we trust God wholeheartedly, through fear or though fear may arise, we are not disturbed. We may remain steadfast in His faith and in His love. Steadfast in the knowledge in whom the God we trust, that He will not fail us. So our God is our shield and protection. The workplace and school can be an environment of daily challenges which you are in. some of which calls into question our very sanity, reason, and patience to endure. In this instance, our trust in God gives us the mental clarity to serve faithfully, carefully, and wholeheartedly. Consider the sensitive nature of trust and ask yourself today, young people, whether it's possible to remain loving and humble in a situation or environment where trust is compromised or where trust is questioned. So basically, just now I had read many parts from the lesson which has been given to us by the General Conference. So basically, today the component of trust is when you're in a school place or workplace or in a college, when you don't see trust amongst your mates or your lab mates or your workmates. Now, how do you act in that environment? How do you remain loving? How do you remain positive in that kind of a situation where trust is compromised? Means there is a lack of trust. It is being compromised. So the only way that we can be firm and stand strong is only by faith and by obedience to God's word. And when there is a lack or compromisation of trust in a workplace, it's very hard. It's no doubt. Because I'm in a workplace, and if we do not trust each other and somebody betrays us in a trust or lets us down, it is very hard to begin again to trust somebody. But in this instance, that the hardship and this challenge can only be overcome by God's power. Because as human, we will fail. We sometimes may see that there are instances where somebody will fail us, and we may not trust them. And trust is the essence. It's like a cord between both of you. It's like a link, a bridge between you both. And once that trust is destroyed or it gets compromised, then the bridge just breaks apart. And building the gap or bridging the gap, it's again a lengthy process. So in school or in place or in my workplace, if you see that trust is compromised, remember that God is always there. He is always trustworthy, and it may be very difficult, but if we can trust in God and allow God in situations where it's tough, where it's challenging, because in the PCM, the main theme of PCM is that we have to be an example, we have to be a light in the darkness. So hence we have to really consider this sensitive nature of trust, as it says over here. So only God can give us this clarity, as it says rightly over here, to serve Him faithfully, respectfully, and wholeheartedly, even when people, when they do something whereby it is deemed right for us to lose our trust on them. So basically, we need to focus that our alignment with God, personal relationship with Him is strong, so that whatever challenges you may face at school, work, college, wherever there is a public environment where you are, a sole witness as an Adventist student or working personnel, that you build this trust in them first by showing them the right example so that they trust you. And even though if they break your trust, you also continue to trust in God and ask Him to find a way how to rebuild that trust if it's compromised or if it's lost, because you are the only light over there. So hence you should be the most trustworthy person to be in that environment. People around you may say, oh, he is such a nice person, he is such a trustworthy person, and you should make that difference, feel that people could rely on you, people could trust you. So that can only be done, that can only be achieved by God's power and His enlightenment and strength in our lives. Thank you for joining with us for today. I hope this short message would help us to develop trust in our spiritual journey.